In this video we're going to be talking about running shoes for winter marathon training. What is up guys, and welcome to FORDY Run and Winter Marathon Training HQ. How are you doing? Let me know in the comments. And are you training for a spring marathon? Let me know which one in those comments. Right, okay. Now, we've done some videos on winter running shoes, but I wanted to do, and I've deliberately held back on this because I wanted to do a video about winter marathon training shoes, because maybe you've got, I don't know, a place in London Marathon and you're going to be training through the winter, and over here in the UK it's a bit mucky and it's a bit horrible, and you may need a weatherised running shoe to get you through some of those dark and horrible winter training runs. And that's why I wanted to do this video, because I think I've got two of the best here. I've got the 1080 version 12 Permafrost, I think it's called. I should have checked that. And then we've got the Saucony Truimph 20 Runshield. So both of these shoes are sort of weatherised versions of very popular running shoes from, you know, like for example the normal Truimph 20 and the 1080, which I'm a big fan of. But what they've done with each shoe is they've sort of weatherised it and got it ready for those winter miles. So both the shoes have got elements of reflectiveness on them. Both have got uprated uppers to offer some weather protection. They're not waterproof in any shape or form, but they've got some weather protection in the uppers. They've also upgraded the outsoles, so this has got like an absolutely sticky and brilliant outsole on it, and this has got I wrote it down, hang on, I wrote down hydrohesion outsole on this. It's like the blown rubber from the 1080, the original. We've got Fresh Foam X in here, and we've got Power Run Plus in here. Now both shoes do feel a little bit softer than the other versions of these shoes, the sort of normal versions. Interesting, and I mentioned it in the first video I did on the 1080, I've actually had to size up in the 1080, Permafrost or whatever it's called. I've gone for a UK 10 when I'm still a UK 9.5. In the Saucony, both lace up real nice, but you'll notice on the New Balance we've got like this toggle, apparently that's there so you can do your gloves. But interesting, hang on, just dropped another shoe. The Runshield things did come with these laces, which look like a bit reflective and stuff like that. I don't know whether they got a toggle in, but I probably should have looked at that before we did the video. But you can change up the laces on the Runshield. Price wise, this is £165 New Balance. Saucony have got this £165, but I have seen the Truimph for £130. They weigh about the same, at about 320 grams for both of the shoes. Can't say this New Balance fits true to size. One's got an 8mm drop, I think it's this one, the New Balance, and the other one, yeah, the Saucony's got a 10mm drop. And I think that is about it in terms of comparing the two. Now, so, which is the best for marathon training? Now, don't kill me, okay? Don't shoot me. Don't hammer me in the comments, because actually, you could actually use both of these. Now, hear me out before you go. FORDY, you're taking the mickey, it's a cost of living crisis, it's £300, right? I will give you one shoe at the end, but the reason I'm saying you could do both of them is because for me, daily miles, New Balance 1080 version 12, right? So 3 miles here, 6 miles there, whatever. You're just your weekly mileage, right? And you can do most stuff in it, you know, a bit faster work and kind of stuff like that. Then you go longer run, so like medium distance to longer run in here, in your Truimph 20, so they actually kind of work well together. Daily miles, longer miles. See what I mean? If you're marathon training, but that's the problem is that you still spent 300 quid, and you wouldn't wear either of these in race day. So it's a bit of a strong thing to say. I appreciate that, but in a way, they do really both work for marathon training. Now, if I had to pick one out of the two, which is probably why you're here, I'd actually guide you towards the Saucony Truimph 20 Runshield, because you can go super long in it. So if you are, you know, London Marathon training, for example, and you've got that 20 miler, or you've got to do 16 miles, and that'll probably come in like Feb, March time. You know, it's going to be wet, it's going to be horrible, it's going to be greasy. This is going to be able to take it. I'm not saying this won't, but this is more of a cruising machine for those longer miles. So you'll be able to do the short stuff in this, and you'll be able to get those longer miles out of it as well. And you know what? Although for the last few years, touch wood, it's been really nice weather on the London Marathon, If it was absolutely chucking it down, you could probably chuck these on for race day as well. But yeah, out of the two, I would go for the Truimph. That is no way me having a go at the 1080, because this is a very good daily trainer. You can go long in this as well if you so wish, but it's just the Truimph has just got that little edge over it in terms of those longer runs. It just feels more of a cruiser than this. This is great fun for daily miles, you know, for, like I said to you, those 3 miles, 6 miles, whatever you've got to get, you can pick up the pace in it. It's absolutely fine. It's responsive enough to be able to get the stuff out. And both do make your feet warm, be aware of that. But yeah, I've really enjoyed running in both. I have to say, I think they're two good winter shoes for marathon training. They really are. So I don't know whether that's helped or not. But I would say, if you are, you know, marathon training through the winter, it might be worth grabbing one of these. You know, when the forecast is like chucking it down or like freezing or something like that, and you do need a shoe to give you, you know, a little bit of warmth, a little bit of protection when you're out there. You've got to go out and get that run done. Then slipping on one of these may give you a bit of confidence to go out there and get it done. That could be the way to go. So yeah, for me, I would recommend the Truimph 20 because I think it offers the versatility to go super long. But the 1080 Permafrost, if maybe you've got your favourite long run shoe and you want a winter shoe to just get some of those miles done when it is chucking it down and things like that, then the 1080 is going to be just fine. The outsole's on it's good as well, by the way. Although I have noticed the blown rubber is already, you can't see that, it's wearing there. So guys, yes, conclude it, finally, let's get out there. Truimph 20 is the way to go for marathon training this winter. I think that'll give you everything you need. Don't disregard the 1080 version 12. Watch your sizing on it. This is more expensive than this. As I say, 130 odd quid I've seen this for. That's another reason why to buy that. But they're two good winter marathon training shoes. Let me know in the comments what you're wearing for winter marathon training. You might not be changing your shoes up at all, but if you are looking to get something in your rotation that gives you a little bit of protection during winter marathon training, then this is a good shout, but this also is probably a good shout too.